Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go. This is Valley News Live at 5.
Lakefront houses in Fargo. We had them thanks to Tuesday night's rapid rainfall, which overwhelmed and overran streets and storm drains. Some local families say the summer storm gave them a chance to enjoy the wet weather. But health professionals tell Valley News Team's Veronica Marshall you might be better off staying inside.
The rain came down so fast and hard, you could barely see out the windows. It was flooded all the way past the sidewalks. It was almost to my knees.
Sometimes when it rains, it pours. And Tuesday night, that's exactly what happened.
At first, it was so dark and scary with tornado warnings, and after it cleared up, the sun came right out and it got warm. We saw a bunch of neighbor kids out there in the rain boots, and it was so deep, they poured water out of the rain boot.
So she, along with many others, embraced the wet weather.
We just went out there barefoot. You got your swimsuit on, and did you get in your floaty?
And while making the most of a rainy day is a gift, what you could pick up from the water itself isn't.
I'm all for like free play and stuff like that, splashing in puddles, that's kind of stuff, getting dirty. When it comes to street water, not only the rain, but you're getting the downfall from another part of a street and you don't know what was down there.
We really don't recommend swimming in floodwater or retention ponds, anything like that. It's very dangerous in that there can be debris that we don't know is there. There's also danger of runoff from fertilizers and waste from homes. Think about dog poop that's in your yard, or even bacteria that can run off of roofs, down driveways and into those systems.
Some of that bacteria includes E. coli, salmonella, and tetanus. Cameron says if you did float in the floodwater, though, soap and clean water can help get you back in the clear. It's something Mindeman already did to extend the summer fun, even after the water receded.
Washing out a wound if you get it, definitely not going in if you have a wound already, and then just a good bath or shower with soap and water to get all that junk off.
We came back inside and he took a nice bubble bath so he could go swimming inside.
There's also a chance you may have come in contact with raw sewage if the storm damaged the sewer line. If your kids did play in the floodwater, health officials say you should keep an eye out for symptoms like fever, chills, vomiting, or diarrhea. If that happens, see a doctor. The search continues for a missing 55-year-old man out of Grand Forks, and now police are asking you to check your property thoroughly for Fernando Balboa. He was last seen Saturday at his home. Balboa is required to take medication every 4 hours, and if he doesn't, can cause a serious medical condition. Police believe with the recent rain, Balboa may have sought shelter somewhere to get out of the conditions. If you have any information on him, you're urged to call Grand Forks Police. There are a few people out there who wish the wind would die down. Let's find out if that's happening tonight and whether we're expecting any more rain. For that, let's send it over to Justin for your No Wait weather. Justin.
And thank you, Andrea, and good evening, everybody. Yes, temperatures out there actually not that bad for this time of year compared to earlier in the week, and we are seeing more sunshine, but unfortunately it is very windy. Most of the rain showers are gone. Sunshine in our western counties as of right now. Some areas still seeing some sprinkles, especially into Lakes Country and northwestern Minnesota. They are very isolated, and even with the strong northerly winds getting into the mid to upper 70s across most of our viewing area right now, and winds across the region pretty strong. Into the Fargo area, 30 sustained, gusting to 38 miles per hour. Elsewhere, 20 to 40 miles per hour with that northerly wind. So going through the rest of the evening, the winds will eventually die down and becoming mostly clear. It's going to be a cool and dry overnight period. Temperatures will be on their way up as we go through the weekend and start the next work week. We'll tell you how warm we're going to get coming up later in the newscast. Now let's send it out to Hutch Johnston, who is at the Cashwise Backyard Barbecue.
Thanks so much, Justin, the marathon meteorologist working the morning shift and helping us out so we can get out to the barbecue. This week's winner, live from very South Fargo, Myra Flemmer. Myra, where did you sign up to win?
I signed up at Cashwise, South Fargo.
Very good. And who did you invite here? Who's the big hungry group?
Oh, my friends and family and
Very good. Well, Cashwise is here. They've brought all the goodies, and I see you guys did a little of decorating and hors d'oeuvring yourself, huh?
Yes.
Well, that's a lot of fun. Well, things are pretty good. It is a little breezy, but as Justin mentioned, a chance to see that decrease as we get towards sunset. Stakes are getting ready to go on right now. Cashwise guys are doing that. We're going to check on those in just a few minutes, but for now, we'll toss it back into the studio live from very South Fargo, meteorologist Hutch Johnson.
All right, thanks, Hutch. Water flooded many neighborhood streets in Tuesday's storm, just as people in the valley were headed home for the night. And some of you who decided to drive through that water ended up getting stuck. We're always told not to drive in standing water, but how bad could it really be for your cars? Well, Valley News Team's crime and safety reporter Bailey Hurley talked with a local body shop today who says the damage can be catastrophic.
It's a drive or float many in the valley had to make last night just to get to their driveways. And the aftermath has left a lot of drivers flooding the phone lines to experts like Travis DeVries for help.
It can actually drive up underneath your engine bay or things underneath the vehicle with quite a bit of force, and it can actually bend metal in some cases.
Matt's Automotive says they had over 50 calls for service today, all stemming from navigating through those high waters.
Sometimes even if you're going slow, if it's deep enough, it can just get into areas where it's not supposed to.
DeVries says water damage can end up costing you anywhere from $100 to thousands, saying in some cases it might be cheaper just to get a new car.
Today's vehicles are very complicated and very sophisticated, and so some parts can be quite expensive.
He says in storms like Tuesday night, you should avoid driving roads you don't know or any roads you think might have a lot of divots or potholes.
If it goes above like where your rim and tire meet, you probably shouldn't be driving through it.
DeVries also says sometimes it might be best to just park your car somewhere dry and walk to your destination.
It's not real convenient, but it does save that potential of having to make some costly and not so fun repairs to your vehicle.
In Fargo, Bailey Hurley, Valley News Live.
DeVries also says if you must go through a flooded road to keep your speed around 5 to 10 miles an hour, adding you should stay in the very middle of the road if possible. Our storm team says we're in peak weather season. Just yesterday, we reported on 2 tornadoes near Wahpeton. Here in Cass County, we're told we have no official tornado shelters. But the City of Fargo's Emergency Services Coordinator says to put as many walls and floors between you and the outdoors as you can by finding the lowest, most interior and compact area of your building.
If you live in a house, go into the basement. If you don't have a basement, go as low as you can, as interior as you can without any windows. Places you want to try to avoid are wide open spaces. So if you are out shopping in a big box store, you would look for a restroom.
For apartment buildings, interior hallways, a laundry room, or underground parking lot may be your best bet, other than a bathroom. One man is in the hospital and 2 others are in jail after a stabbing in Glendon. It happened in the middle of the night around 1 a.m. at Prairie View Estates Mobile Home Park. Police say 39-year-old Rene Alvarado is now accused of stabbing a man and slashing him multiple times with a fillet knife. Alvarado was arrested on charges of first-degree assault. Officials also say the son-in-law of the victim, 29-year-old John Balboa, was arrested for punching and kicking Alvarado as he was being detained by police. Both men are being held in the Clay County Jail. The victim had surgery and is expected to recover. A felon who's considered to be dangerous has escaped from jail in Bismarck, and police say he could be in Wahpeton. The Highway Patrol says 35-year-old David Joseph Gray walked away from a minimum security jail in Bismarck on Monday. Gray is serving a sentence for possession of meth with intent to deliver. He isn't supposed to be out until 2021. He may be driving a silver Pontiac G6 with North Dakota plates 784BYK or a silver 2004 Suzuki Forenza. If you see him, don't approach him, but do call 911 right away. After an internal embezzlement investigation at the Proof Artisan Distillery, authorities are alleging that Justin Echoldson stole around $85,000. According to court documents, Echoldson kept all of the food sales from his time at the establishment from October of 2015 to December of last year. That includes an estimated $18,000 from the house cash box and $63,000 expected cash intake. This investigation was led by the president of the distillery, who has now turned over these findings to the state's attorney to determine what charges will be filed. One man is dead after a two-vehicle crash near West Fargo. It happened around 7:45 this morning on 32nd Avenue by 35th Street West. Authorities say a U-Haul truck was hit by an SUV, and then both vehicles hit the ditch. The U-Haul ended up on its side, and the 34-year-old driver was killed. The 29-year-old driver of the SUV was hurt and taken to a hospital, but we're told she's expected to be okay. Scammers are at it again, and this time they're posing as an asphalt paver. The Better Business Bureau of Minnesota and North Dakota says the suspects in these asphalt companies place ads or go door to door, claiming to have extra asphalt from a nearby project, allowing them to give you a discounted rate. The BBB urges you to never hire someone on the spot. If they quote you a price that seems very low, chances are the quality of work will also be low. The BBB also urges you to get at least 2 estimates before hiring anyone. Also, don't pay with cash. Credit cards are always best because there are options for recovering lost funds. A sad